Hello children, welcome everyone in this video on good touch and bad touch. But before we start, do you all know what is touch? So touch is an act of touching someone or touching something. And touch is of three types. Number one, a good touch, which is a safe touch. Number two, okay to touch. Number three, a bad touch, which is an unsafe touch. So kids, how do you feel when your mama papa shows their love to you? They touch you, right? They hug you, they kiss you. Or when your friends touch you while they are playing with you. And when your grandparents hold you or hug you, how do you feel? You feel so good, right? You feel nice and warm. You feel safe and protected. Do you all know why? Because that is a good touch and that makes us happy. And how about when your teacher pats your back if you have done a good job? So dear children, does your teacher pats your back? Do you all do some good job in the classroom? If yes, then I must tell you that is called a good touch, a safe touch. A safe touch also comes from a doctor during the doctor visit for a health checkup or when our tummy aches. Safe touch is when your friend is holding your hand while playing with you or when your friends put an arm around your shoulder while talking to you but without hurting you. And that is called a okay to touch. But when a stranger or maybe a person known to you touches you strangely, touches your cheeks, chin, lips, under the legs or butt without your permission, how do you feel? You don't feel good. You will feel bad, right? At that point of time, we feel uncomfortable. We feel sad. Why? Because it is called a bad touch. This is what is a bad touch. So in simple words, good touch is a physical contact that you are comfortable with. And bad touch is a physical contact that makes us uncomfortable. Good touch makes us happy. Because that is safe. But the bad touch makes us unhappy. Why? Because that is unsafe. Do you all get it? But there's still more for you to learn, children. Let me go to my next point. Children, do you know that we all have private areas in our bodies? Yes, we do have. But what are they? They are the areas called lips, chest, under the legs and butt. And when someone intentionally touches us in these areas like lips, chest, under the legs and butt, then it is absolutely wrong. Because this is called a bad touch. It is a very, very unsafe touch, a danger touch. And we should never allow anyone to touch over there. We should always say, don't touch me. Kids, now let me tell you about a swimsuit rule. So what is a swimsuit rule? The parts which get covered when we wear a bathing suit. So the bathing suit covers the parts of our bodies that are meant to be private and are not for others to see or touch. Why? Because this is your body and you are the boss of your body. Only you will decide who can touch and how. Do you all agree with me? Now that you know that we have private parts in our bodies, what to do when someone touches us in a wrong way? If someone touches you in a wrong way, immediately shout and say no. Also tell the person you don't like it. Even if the person is familiar to you, remember, any touch that you don't like, tell them loudly. What you can do is Scream or shout as loudly as possible and never stay alone with that person ever again who tries to touch you wrongly. Another thing is, if the person is not letting you to go, if the person is holding you so tightly and not leaving you to go, at this point of time, what you can do is, you can bite the person with the maximum force and raise an alarm and run very, very fast to a place with many people around and call for help immediately. You can scream because you're not doing anything wrong. This way, you can protect yourself and you can safeguard yourself. So, dear children, remember, don't be afraid doing that because you're brave and you can absolutely safeguard yourself. Now, let's learn about whom to complain when someone has tried touching you badly. At that time, you can immediately reach out or tell to an elder sibling. You can share it with your brother, sister. You can reach out to your parents, grandparents, doctor, teacher, principal, or anyone you are close to. Another important point, if someone touches you and tells you to keep it a secret, then remember, my dear children, it is never a good thing. That will always be an unsafe touch, a very, very dangerous touch. So never keep such things a secret. Rather, always tell someone immediately. Just because we keep certain parts of our bodies private, that does not mean that what happens to our private body parts should always be kept private or a secret. No. So here, you need to learn some important safety rules. Are you all ready to learn the safety rules with me? Number 1. Never rely on any person outside the family and don't allow anyone to touch you without your permission, especially when a person is a stranger. Remember, a stranger is always a danger. Number 2 rule, it is not okay to touch someone else's private body parts. Also, it is not okay for someone to touch his or her private body parts in front of you. Number 3 rule, it is not okay for someone to ask you to touch his or her private body parts. Number 4 rule, it is not okay for someone to ask you to take off your clothes except your doctor who is trying to help you to see if you're hurt or sick. Number 5 rule, it is not okay for someone to take photos or videos of you with your clothes off. Number 6 rule, it is not okay for someone to show you videos and photos of people without their clothes. So kids, along with these safety rules, what have you learned today? That your body belongs to you and you are the boss of your body. When someone tries to touch you wrongly or badly, scream as loudly as possible and reach out to an elder immediately. Also, never keep such things a secret because you have the right to have your feelings respected and protected. I hope you had the happy learning today.